Russia's premier narrow-body passenger aircraft project, the MC-21-310, serves as the core of the nation's future commercial aviation fleet. Two industrial centers in the Russian Far East, Irkutsk and Komsomolsk-on-Amur, have become the focal points of a broader strategy geared at restoring Russia's capacity to produce modern airliners at scale, while certification activities continue. In this video, we are going to look at the latest updates on the critical 64 hours of new certification flight testing. The intense round-the-clock pressure inside major manufacturing facilities, and how these factories are pushing boundaries to get this jetliner ready for commercial service. So make sure you watch till the end. The current status of the program is illustrated by recent reports that emphasize 64 hours of additional certification flight testing for the MC-21-310. The challenges and opportunities that Russian aviation will face in the coming years are revealed by the intense burden at major manufacturing facilities and these flights. The MC-21-310's completion of 64 hours of flight testing during the most recent certification phase may appear to be a straightforward statistic. Nevertheless, these figures are an important achievement in the aviation sector. Certification flights are not routine operations. Each hour spent in the air is meticulously organized, monitored, and analyzed. Engineers, technicians, test pilots, and support personnel collaborate to assess hundreds of aircraft systems under a diverse array of operational conditions. The objective is not merely to prove that the aircraft is capable of flight, but also to establish that it can operate safely and consistently over the course of its service life. Let us talk about the aircraft's power plant, the PD-14 turbofan engine that was domestically developed, which has been the primary focus of the most recent phase of testing. The aerodynamic performance, handling characteristics, and overall aircraft integration were the primary focus of the MC-21 program's earlier stages. Nevertheless, the present effort is focused on the enhancement of operational details that are essential for the provision of airline services. Look, the reality of flight testing is that it is less about soaring beautifully in the clouds and way more about grinding through boring, repetitive safety checks. Thrust reverser operations on wet runways, engine performance at low altitudes and high ambient temperatures, and engine automation systems during icing conditions are among the areas being evaluated. These scenarios are of particular significance because they accurately represent the real-world operating environments that airlines encounter on a daily basis. The aircraft's systems are guaranteed to be reliable during winter operations by conducting testing in icing conditions. Engine performance can be influenced by higher temperatures on routes that serve southern regions, necessitating high-temperature evaluations. In the interim, wet runway testing is performed to verify the braking and halting capabilities of the vehicle in the event of inclement weather. The aircraft has exhibited consistent behavior during these evaluations, as per the engineers who are involved in the program. The airframe and propulsion system have not been reported to have any major issues. These findings bolster the confidence that the certification schedule can be maintained, despite the program's complexity. Maintaining a consistent certification timeline is a noteworthy accomplishment in the current climate, where aircraft development projects are frequently plagued by delays and cost overruns. This brings us directly to the production side, where the Irkutsk aviation plant has emerged as the focal point of Russia's civil aviation aspirations, transitioning to serial manufacturing of the MC-21-310 after previously being dominated by prototype aircraft and experimental production activities. This change in priorities is fundamental. Construction of prototypes necessitates adaptability and ongoing modification. Nevertheless, serial production necessitates efficiency, consistency, and repeatability. Currently, the production halls in Irkutsk are increasingly concentrating on aircraft that are intended for commercial delivery as opposed to strictly experimental use. The factory is currently in the process of preparing for the most critical phase of the MC-21 program: customer deliveries and sustained production. All right, let's take a quick breather here. If you are tracking how massive this industrial shift is, we still need to dive into how a military fighter jet factory is suddenly building passenger plane parts and the exact timeline for when these airliners actually fly passengers. So stick around because we are getting to that right now. Here at Altitude Addicts, we closely track these aerospace developments, and the facility now operates continuously in multiple sections. In order to meet stringent deadlines and sustain production momentum, certain manufacturing facilities operate on a 3-shift schedule. Nevertheless, a real obstacle extends beyond the normal working hours. The facility is responsible for the production of some of the most technologically sophisticated components of the aircraft, such as composite wing structures and center wing sections. For a long time, these composite wings have been regarded as one of the MC-21's unique features. While simultaneously decreasing the overall weight of the aircraft, they offer aerodynamic and efficiency benefits. However, the consistent production of such components necessitates the implementation of sophisticated manufacturing techniques and the implementation of rigorous quality control measures. The plant has continued to expand its domestic production capabilities despite the challenges associated with procuring specific materials and equipment on an international scale. In order to mitigate dependence on external suppliers, innovative manufacturing processes and local supply chains are being implemented. Although this transition has been challenging, it has expedited the further development of technology in the aerospace sector of Russia. This requires maintaining a balance between production and development, meaning Irkutsk is confronted with the unusual challenge of simultaneously supporting both ongoing development activities and evolving serial production requirements. Teams continue to refine test aircraft and implement engineering modifications on one side of the factory. In contrast, employees are building aircraft for prospective airline customers. The production environment is exceptionally dense as a result of the management of these parallel activities. Nevertheless, it also provides a valuable opportunity to identify bottlenecks prior to the production reaching maximum capacity. The likelihood of larger issues arising in the future is reduced by the rapid transfer of lessons learned from testing back into manufacturing processes by engineers. The program is maturing at a faster pace than would be feasible without this close relationship between development and production. The factory's current level of activity is indicative of its readiness to transition from project mode to industrial-scale manufacturing. This brings another major player into the picture, because although Irkutsk is often the subject of attention as the final assembly site for the MC-21, the Komsomolsk-on-Amur aviation plant is equally significant. Historically recognized as a major manufacturer of military aircraft, the facility is currently engaged in the production of sophisticated fighter airplanes and is also making a vital contribution to Russia's civil aviation aspirations. The facility is responsible for the production of essential fuselage sections and tail assemblies for the MC-21 program. Before being transported to Irkutsk for final assembly, these structures serve as the aircraft's backbone. So, let's pause and think about the sheer madness of running a factory like this. You have lethal, stealthy fighter jets rolling off one line, and right next door, workers are riveting together the frame for a civilian passenger plane. It is a wild mix, and the industrial environment is notably complex as a result of the management of such responsibilities coupled with military production. The factory is maintaining its production of aircraft, including the Sukhoi 35S and Sukhoi 57, while simultaneously increasing its output for civil aviation programs. Sophisticated logistics, workforce administration, and production planning are necessary to achieve this balance. Extensive internal restructuring has been necessitated by the dual-role mission. Quality control procedures have been improved, production resources have been redistributed, and manufacturing workflows have been adjusted. We are halfway through the biggest hurdles now, but coming up, we have to look at the exact way these two distant factories actually sync up their shipping, and the big question of the final production rates Russia expects to hit. Stay tuned as we unravel this, because the technical details show a particular emphasis has been placed on the precision of fuselage assembly. The MC-21 program's initial phases identified areas in which fit and alignment enhancements could mitigate the need for additional work during final assembly in Irkutsk. Recent developments indicate that these obstacles are being effectively resolved. This progress is directly increasing the speed of component delivery, which stands as one of the most encouraging indicators emanating from Komsomolsk-on-Amur. Structures for the next batch of units are being supplied by the facility ahead of schedule. This performance suggests that manufacturing processes are becoming more efficient and predictable. This is a testament to the facility's personnel and management structure's adaptability as they simultaneously fulfill military contract obligations. Key machining and metal forming departments have extended their operating hours, and quality assurance measures have been fortified. Additionally, customer representatives are becoming more involved in the oversight of production standards. This improved coordination is facilitating the efficient integration of components into completed aircraft upon their arrival in Irkutsk. What we are seeing is essentially one aircraft built by two factories, and the increasing synchronization between Irkutsk and Komsomolsk-on-Amur is potentially the most noteworthy achievement within the MC-21 program. Industrial networks that are highly coordinated are essential for the production of contemporary aircraft. The entire program can be impacted by delays or quality issues at a single facility. This coordination becomes even more essential as production volumes increase. Now, let's strip away the fancy corporate speak for a second. Building an airliner is basically the world's most stressful jigsaw puzzle, where the pieces are made thousands of miles apart, and if one tiny bracket is off by a millimeter, everything grinds to a halt. Currently, the two factories' relationship is becoming more akin to a single integrated production system. Komsomolsk is responsible for the production of critical structural components of the fuselage, while Irkutsk is responsible for the final assembly of composite wings. Collectively, these facilities convert thousands of individual components into a fully assembled aircraft. Therefore, the 64-hour flight testing milestone that was recently achieved is not purely a triumph for pilots and engineers. It is also indicative of the efficient operation of the broader industrial ecosystem that supports the MC-21. This brings us to the path to increased production rates. In the years ahead, the Russian aviation authorities have established ambitious objectives for the production of the MC-21. In order to accomplish those objectives, it will be necessary to enhance the efficiency of production, expand the workforce, develop suppliers, and continue to optimize manufacturing processes. Traditional operating levels are already exceeded by the current workloads at both main facilities. Nevertheless, this rigorous effort is perceived as an indispensable investment in the development of future production capabilities. The industry is conducting stress tests on its manufacturing infrastructure in preparation for the commencement of larger-scale deliveries. Each obstacle resolved today mitigates potential hazards in the future. Looking forward, the successful completion of an additional 64 hours of certification testing is not simply a technical milestone. It is evidence that Russia's aviation sector is making progress toward one of its most ambitious objectives in decades: the establishment of a commercial airliner that is domestically produced and capable of entering widespread service. The heavy responsibilities that have been observed in Irkutsk and Komsomolsk-on-Amur are not indicative of disorder, but rather of a vast industrial mobilization. Because of their preparation for a future in which the MC-21 is a critical element of Russia's domestic airline network, factories are operating at elevated levels. The team at Altitude Attics will keep a close eye on this timeline, as the MC-21 program may shortly transition from the testing phase to regular commercial service if current trends persist. The aircraft is steadily approaching operational actuality, as evidenced by the successful flight testing and sustained factory activity, despite the fact that the final stages of certification are still pending. We thank the people who have liked and shared the videos and subscribed to the channel. We also thank the people who have hyped the videos